Oh, this what they've been waiting on? Ha ha ha. It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Let's go. It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Y'all ready to go? Late night sports talk. Y'all ready to go? Gringo be hitting his points. Tom coming in and he won't disappoint. Nah. He be swinging for the fences and striking you out. Now let's see what this is all about. It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Y'all ready to go? It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Y'all ready to go? Ready to go. River ready to go. It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Y'all ready to go? Hey, it's done right about now.
Let's go, Yankees! All right, this is the Gringo and Tom Show. As always, my name is Gringo. We got my boy over here.
We got Tom. What up, everyone?
All right. And we are ready to talk about our favorite thing, which is baseball. All right, this week in Major League Baseball, let's first talk about the New York Yankees winning 3 out of 4 in Texas. Huge to finish off the 10-game road trip. That was great. That was a great 3 out of 4.
Let's go.
Talk to us about some positives that you saw from this 4-game set.
Once again, the pitching, big positive. As we saw, Corey Kluber,
no hitter.
He took it all the way, man. I was so hyped.
Man,
Gringo is recovering his voice right now.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a voice issue, but I'm doing what I got to do. Got to continue pressing on.
That's what you like to hear.
But anyways, the pitching was great. Domingo Germán, obviously Kluber. Cole had his first hiccup in a while.
Yeah, he wasn't his sharpest, but it happens. He's not going to be perfect. He's still having an amazing year. He's looking like he's making literally every single cent worthwhile that the Yankees gave to him. So I'm not worried. And then Tuesday, Yankees do it again. They don't hit too much, but then they get the pitching to go their way, and they've seemed to figure it out now.
That's a problem that I'm having. It's just we're getting the wins, but the problem is we're not hitting. We're not hitting. And the biggest thing that I've said is the fact that once Stanton went on like this, where he's like in and out of the lineup, when he's not in the lineup, things just like they don't mesh. The team is not meshing offensively.
No. You're onto something, man. It's like they just lose their there's like some sort of aura when Stan's in the lineup. Opposing pitchers are like, "Ooh, I gotta be on my A game. I gotta give it. I gotta bring it." But when Stanton's not there, they're like, I could kind of work my way through this a little bit better.
That's the biggest thing, because let's say you put in Stanton in the cleanup spot. Let's say Judge is in the second or third spot, and then you got Gio or Glaber. Voit. You have Voit in the fifth spot or in the third spot.
Something like that. Mm-hmm.
If you have in that position, you know that you can't pitch. If you walk Stanton, Voigt's gonna be there. He's gonna be ready. And if you have Judge before him, then you got to prepare for the Stanton at bat, and you have to manage how are you going to manage Judge and then Stanton and then Voit after that. That's like the 3 biggest hitters on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just having him there present just changes the dynamic of the lineup.
Oh, it's completely different. Completely different. And then Luke Voit came back, hit a dinger against the Rangers. He's not looking so great so far, but he's probably going to get it back. He got called up pretty quickly from his rehab. I think that they're just seeing how badly Ford's struggling. They're like, we need to bring up Voit as soon as possible. So I think Voigt's going to get it back on track. This next series, we might see big things out of Luke Voit.
I'm predicting maybe 2 or even 3 home runs in this series. That's what I'm predicting. That's a prediction that I have.
Ooh.
He's going to have maybe 6 RBIs. This series, I see a lot. I see a lot, especially now that he's back at home. He's back in Yankee Stadium. I think he's going to show up and show out, as we say.
Ooh,
that's what's going to happen. Yeah.
Hope you're right. A pretty decent pitching matchup in this first game. We got Carlos Rodon. Huh?
That's right.
The White Sox.
The White Sox are a team. I'll be honest with you. They're scary. They are scary. But the injuries that they've had, it's a little bit sad to see that they're a little bit on the injured side, but we want to catch them at their best, but unfortunately we're not able to. But they still have Tim Anderson, they still have Abreu, they still have Mercedes,
core, man.
They still have the core of their team, and they're ready to hit home runs, get those RBIs.
Hit home runs on 3-0 counts, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. That's
we'll talk
actually,
about that on Monday.
Yeah. That's something.
That's gonna take a long time.
Conversation for a whole different day, but that's something that I don't have the voice to vent about that right now.
it's a massive rant.
Yes. But anyways,
it's scary. I do agree with you.
Love to see the Yankees win 3 out of 4. Now they play against a big AL Central team. And let's see how they can perform against an elite team in the White Sox. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, this is like the first big series of the season. I think when they played the Astros were kind of like, struggling a little bit. We're like, it'll be good if the Yankees could beat them. But this is their first big test. This is the best team that they faced all year. I'm hyped for it. I know you're hyped for it.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm getting
ready. I'm getting ready for this series, trying to see whether or not. Because let's be honest. Let's see, are the White Sox who they are? Because let's face it, the Central isn't a division that's really like something where you're like, whoa, they beat the Royals? Whoa,
no,
they
not
beat
really.
the Indians have been okay. But whoa, they beat the Twins? Like, that doesn't impress me at all. They have
poor
to
Twins, man.
Oh yeah, no.
Wow.
That's a conversation for a whole nother day, but it's just sad to see the Twins not in their elite level form that they've been the last couple of years.
Pretty much out of playoff contention, I would say. They dug themselves into a
huge hole.
The White Sox, they're playing great baseball. I think they're a pretty darn good team, and the Yankees got to get through them eventually. If they're going to go to the postseason, you got to get through the White Sox.
Yeah, I would love to see a CS matchup, Yankees-White Sox. That'll be a great matchup to watch.
Lucas
That'd be great.
Giolito, Garrett Cole,
Oof.
That's as good as it gets, man.
That's awesome.
Making me dream. You're making me dream.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to our next segment, which is Pujols' first dinger with the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from the Angels, giving a big old FU to the organization.
From the ashes.
Getting a home run, getting an RBI in his first time in a Dodgers uniform. You would love to see that, Tom. Love to see that.
I love to see that. The redemption arc. My Dodgers were struggling a bit. But then it's like the Diamondbacks are the Orioles of the National League.
Yes.
You know how when the Yankees play the Orioles, it always cures everything.
It's at least an easy 2 out of 3, or if they're playing 4, it's a sweep.
Pretty much. With the Diamondbacks, it feels like every time the Dodgers play them, same thing. They always seem to get the job done, and they did just that. And Pujols was a big part of it. Hit a home run yesterday's game, and they just outlasted the Diamondbacks in almost every way.
Man.
Pitching was amazing.
Man.
Pujols is going to make a big impact on that team, I think. He's just going to be a great clubhouse presence. He really he's shown me a lot. I was like, they got Pujols. How long is this going to last? I think it's going to last, man.
I think in my opinion, they made a big, like, it might have been just he's in his early 40s. There's really nothing else much. But, you got to think about it as well. He brings that World Series experience. He brings that leadership into the organization, especially since Bellinger was out. Bring back that dynamic of playing the way you're supposed to be playing and doing what you got to do on the field, and that's what Pujols has done in the past. Although he hasn't made the playoffs in 7+ years, he still has it in him. Where he's now in a playoff team that's hopefully going to make a long run, and we'll see what happens with them.
Yeah. I really like that signing, dude. He's just, he got off to a good start. I couldn't have expected much more out of him. So, go Dodgers, go Pujols. Hope for much more.
That's right. And now, let's talk about the Rays trading Willy Adames. Wow. I mean, how old is he? Like in his mid-20s, right?
Yeah, I think he's like 24. He's in his prime.
Yeah, he's in his prime. I'm trying to figure out. Like, I understand they have Franco, who's getting ready to still.
He's a wonder kind.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. He's going to be some player, man.
I think ideally they just wanted to see what they had in Adames, and they just weren't in agreement with keeping him in the organization. And
Pretty much, yeah.
it's smart though, in my opinion, because like they didn't want to make it to where like, oh, here's Franco over here, and then Franco's coming in, and Willie might have some issues with like playing time. So it would have been a big issue, and they diffused that by just trading him straight up, and that's a pretty smart decision. We'll see if it bites him in the butt eventually, but they want to see what Franco has, and what was that other prospect that they have in AAA from the Rays?
They got Vidal Brujan. Yes, and yeah, they've had they had Adames for a while. I'm pretty sure they got him from the Price trade, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he's been with the organization for a while, and this is what the Rays do. We saw them do it with Blake Snell in the offseason. We think they're crazy and out of their minds for doing this stuff, but it always seems to work out. I don't know how. It worked out with Chris Archer, as we all know.
It's that Rays magic.
It's the magic. I mean,
Rays magic.
As they've made more and more of these trades, I've been a little more skeptical about them because I'm not sure how the Snell one's going to work out. I mean, that one was a big risk. But I think this one's going to work for them. Fireisen, he was with the Yankees for a little while. He was traded to the Brewers a while ago, but good year so far. And then their other guy, Rasmussen, they got good arms. So the Rays are just doing what the Rays do. They're getting young arms that they can call up and send down, just like what the Dodgers do. Yeah, I think it's a good move for them. Adames wasn't... They should have traded him in the offseason, to be honest. I thought that was the only question I had. Why didn't they do this sooner? Like, why are they doing it in May?
I mean, I think they just wanted to see what was going on with him, like, for the first couple of months.
So.
Because
that might have been it.
They probably gave him the benefit of the doubt that it was a short season last year, and they wanted to see what he had to give for the organization. And at this point, they're like, well, seems like you're not offering what we want at the moment, so sayonara.
It's a fair point, because he did have a pretty good offensive year last year. But Rays doing Rays things. I think this is a good trade for the Brewers. They needed another infielder who could play shortstop. I like the Brewers a lot more now. I think they're the team to beat in that division.
Yeah.
Cardinals are looking good, but I think the Brewers, NL Central, dude, team to beat.
That's right. Let's see what happens with them. Let's see if they're able to continue their success. Yeah.
Yeah, Corbin Burns, I think he's my pick for Cy Young.
Ooh, I like that.
He's a filthy pitcher,
great.
Dude. Woo.
Awesome. Now, let's bring it to the NL East, the New York Mets. Let's first talk about Pilar getting hit in the face.
Oh, man.
There's been a lot of hit by pitches this year. I don't know if you noticed that.
There's been a lot more, yes.
Out of control. And give it to Pilar. The following day, he was able to bring the scorecard for the following day's game. That's what you call... That's who I want on my team, period.
He's a good teammate, man. He's always there for the team. And when I saw him post that, I think it was like on his Instagram or something, he showed a picture of himself. He had 2 black eyes. So getting hit in the nose, everyone's like, why does he got 2 black eyes for? You get hit in the nose, your whole face is going to hurt.
It's a
shockwave.
It's remarkable to see that he understands. He's a team player. He wants the best for the team, and he knew that was his chance to show up for the team, and it just happened to go the way that he didn't want to go. So hopefully he does make a full recovery, and he's able to make some sort of impact with the Mets in whatever way possible.
Absolutely. Like, we saw Stanton get hit in the face.
Oh, my gosh.
Back in, what was that?
That was 2016.
Yes. Oh, that was terrifying. Like, you just go up to the plate, you're like, oh, man. I'm terrified. Like, what if it hits me again? That hurts so much. Like, it's a traumatic experience. And I think it's just going to take, more than him being physically ready. Like, he's going to have to mentally get ready to be able to stand in the batter's box.
Yes.
It takes a lot. But I think he'll do it. He's a really nice player, and he's got a lot of grit to him. I'm glad the Mets have him. He's got to have him in that clubhouse.
Also, the Mets... They win the series against the Braves,
Yeah.
They're continuing despite not having their hitting, they're not hitting too well. We have Alonso, who's now on the IL right now. They're bringing in Drury to play.
Brandon Drury, yep.
And they got some former Yankees as well. And I don't know. They're just getting it done. That's that Mets magic. You see the Rays magic we just talked about right now, and you got the Mets magic.
Finally for the Mets.
They're just utilizing their pitching as best they can and just scrapping in a couple of runs. You can say that the Rays are a little bit like the Mets and vice versa.
Never thought I'd be saying that or hearing
Yeah.
that, man. Because I agree. They have that. They seem to have a little bit of magic this year. Jacob deGrom's on the IL. He's coming back. Oh yeah, he threw 102 miles against the minor leaguers.
Single A.
Dude, they sent out a tweet saying, "Help us." That's the funniest
Oh my gosh.
thing.
You got like 18, 19-year-olds just like, all right, I'm getting ready to face the former two-time Cy Young Award winner. Let's see what he has. Oh man, I struck out. What happened?
There was one batter in the game that did not strike out. And I bet he was telling his friends and family
He was
about
like, "Oh,
it.
this is how you do it, guys. This is how you do it."
He had a swagger to him,
Like,
dude.
yeah,
This kid's
I
gonna
didn't strike out. Everyone else did.
He's gonna be the talk of the town for a while. I didn't strike out against Jacob deGrom, but yeah, good things going for the Mets. Hope it continues. I like the Mets.
Yeah. Although we're Yankees fans, we show love to them.
Brotherly love.
Although they might be delusional at some points.
A little bit, yes.
But especially with the Walker situation.
Oh,
but
yes. You haven't won the city yet. And
you're never going to win the city. You're never going to win the city.
It's going to take like so many years.
It's going to take you guys winning maybe 6 to 7 World Series in a span of like 15 to 20 years. That's all I'm saying.
Good luck, Mets fans. But we still love you.
Yeah.
Still
all
love.
All love. All right. And our next segment, Dream Team. We're going to be talking about the Dream Team like we were talking about last week. Second base position. Tom, who would be your best second baseman on your Dream Team?
He doesn't get talked about a lot. We all know the impact he made on the game, but Jackie Robinson was one heck of a baseball player.
That's right.
That's something a lot of people don't know. They know him for the color barrier that he broke.
Mm-hmm.
He did amazing things with that, but he was also a pretty darn good player.
Yeah,
dude.
stealing home against Yogi Berra and the Yankees and winning that World Series against the Yankees. Wow.
He was amazing. And a little known fact is that he had 1,500 hits and he did not play that much. He only played in, I think, about half as much. He only played about half as much as like the average Hall of Fame second baseman.
Can you imagine if he actually played like the amount that, like, let's say a Craig Biggio or a Robbie Cano played? He could at least
one
have
of the best players of all time.
2,500 to 2,800 to even 3,000 hits.
Yeah, we don't know what he would have been like in his true prime because he didn't come to the league like most players did. So Jackie Robinson's my pick.
That's a great pick right there.
How about you, man?
I'm going with Ryan Sandberg, a 10-time All-Star, batting average of .285 in his career, 282 home runs in his career, and a wins above replacement WAR of 67.9.
That's pretty
which
beastly.
Is pretty good. Pretty good, I might say.
That's pretty good.
Ryan Sandberg, he didn't have the opportunity to make it to the play, like win a World Series,
right?
With the Cubs, but he was a leader for the organization.
Definitely was.
And you just love to see that passion that he played with, and he showed it on the field time and time again. 10-time All-Star. Wow, that's someone that you would love to see, and no one like him is like second base is a position where it's like there's only a few that you could say were really good, and he's in that conversation.
Yeah, definitely. Well, next time, technically next week we're gonna have third base.
Third base.
There's a lot of great players there.
There's a lot of great players in the hot corner.
It's tough to choose from.
It's going to be a really tough decision for our Dream Team. All right.
It's happening well.
We're going to finish this podcast by talking about this day in MLB history. All right. So today's MLB history is the Cubs versus the White Sox.
Oh, yes.
AJ Pierzynski was rounding third. He was coming home with that force. The ball came in, and he just plowed past the Cubs catcher without any remorse. And what you see, I do not remember the name of the Cubs catcher. He just decided to let loose and punch him.
Decked him
and
in the face.
Pierzynski was like, oh, okay, this is what we're going to do. He was like, let's clap back. Let me clap back and let me do what I have to do. At that point, the rules are obviously different now. But in that point, you can slam into a home plate without any consequences.
No, it was just like, oh, if you're the catcher, you're supposed to just guard home plate, stand right in front of the runner, and brace for the impact.
That's it.
That's what Pierzynski did, but it
it
escalated way past that.
It
you got to see to believe it.
Yes. But now we have the what I call it, the Buster Posey rule.
Yeah, Buster Posey
where
rule.
you can't, you have to give some sort of pathway to the base runner coming home. And in my opinion, it does take a little off baseball in terms of like that grit that baseball has.
True.
But one huge thing is the fact that we don't want a player, a MVP caliber type of player such as Posey at the catcher position get injured like he did.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
And I know we've seen some creative plays over the years, like with guys jumping over the catcher.
Oh, yes.
That's something that's kind of come out of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It was kind of more exciting when they had the rule.
Yeah.
Because you're like, is he going to be able to hold on to the ball, actually catch the ball? Because you're not really focusing on the ball being thrown to you. You're trying to like, oh, where's the guy running into me? Where do I gotta be? Like, it was so much harder for catchers to make that play.
Yeah,
I thought.
Yeah, but once this Buster Posey rule was put into place, it's better for baseball. It's better for baseball.
Definitely better.
You have a little sweep tag and stuff like that. But yeah, that's our show for this week. And let's go Yankees. Let's see what we can do against the White Sox. Showing love to the Mets. Let's see if they're able to remain in first place. And screw you, Red Sox. Let's go.
Oh, this what they've been waiting on? It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Let's go. It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Y'all ready to go? Late night sports talk. Y'all ready to go? Gringo be hitting this points. Tom coming in and he won't disappoint. He be swinging for the fences and striking you out. Yeah. Now let's see what this is all about. It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Y'all ready to go? It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Y'all ready to go? Ready to go. River ready to go. It's the Gringo and Tom Show. Y'all ready to go?